traveling to France and weekends in Paris and all of that, and meeting bunches of mates, and lost out it all.
All right. How was it for you?
Sorry?
How was it for you? How did you find it?
It was bad flu. It was very bad flu.
Yeah,
But yeah, and just tired. Just tired.
Yeah. That's what I've got as well, David. This tiredness.
How long you had it?
It's been just about 5 days now.
All right. You should be coming out of it a little bit by now. I bet you feel like doing this, don't you?
Yeah. All the kids have had it as well, and my partner's had it. So the whole house.
That's straight.
Yes. Anyway.
Guys, can you see me and hear me?
Peter, I can't see you because I've got my
Just
screen up. I don't know if David can see you.
I can see you, Peter.
Cool.
Looking handsome.
I don't know if it's these headphones or that. I'm gonna.
How are we doing today, Peter?
I think he's struggling hearing us.
Is it?
Take you off my headphones. Is that any better?
I can hear you fine, Peter.
Yeah, I was getting a lot of feedback on these headphones. But, okay, that's fine. Hello, David. Hello, Christian.
Hiya, Peter.
Right,
We've been bemoaning our COVID fates.
Yeah, I've kind of had that a few weeks ago. I didn't think it was COVID. It was just like a 2 or 3 year man flu. Yeah, wasn't it nice? I was on my backside for about a week.
Yeah. Well, at least get it over and done with for a while.
Well, that's it. All right, guys. So we'll crack on. We'll look at the wins. We'll go into the Facebook group. I know Peter's not on Facebook, but it's cool. Peter, how are you feeling about this? And you're just getting started this week, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been taking pictures of my food, and I think I still got a video to watch. I've been absolutely rammed, but I wasn't sure I was to be on this call because I thought my first call was going to be on Thursday.
So your call will be on Thursday. That's your first call.
Yeah.
Then every week we've got a call at 2 o'clock. So we just jump on here. So really, I just want a quick catch up with you today. I'll go over a couple of things first, and then make sure that you're all set up for Thursday. Is that all right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So let's have a look at these wins. So we've got David. Thanks for sharing that, by the way. Okay. So COVID recovery. So feeling about 2 weeks behind where I should be on the course. I've banned the word should from my vocabulary, by the way.
You banned what?
The word should doesn't exist.
Should or must?
Should.
All right.
So wins have been that I have got into a good weight loss trend. Awesome.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So, you know, I'd have thought with COVID and stuff, you're supposed to lose your appetite. So I thought I'd lose loads of weight. I didn't. I scoffed so much shit, and I must have put on, I don't know how much money, but much weight. But the last week, just getting into it, and today, I've kind of dropped into some of the acceleration phase and haven't done some of the other things. So I'm dotting all over the place. But today, I was below 19.5 stone for the first time in God knows how long. So I was chuffed this morning.
Nice.
Yeah.
How much have you lost so far?
So that'll be 11 and a half, probably 12 pounds now.
12 pounds. Cool.
It just feels like it's kind of, yeah, it's all right. I probably screwed up the weekend, but there we go.
So you're getting into the meditation?
Oh yeah, I like that, man. I really do. Yeah, meditation's meditation's really good. It's cool.
Are you doing any meditation just now, Peter?
Pretty much every second I'm awake. It's a practice, not a 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night. It's a daily practice. So when I think of meditation, I think of training your senses, getting out in nature when you're walking the dog, or if you're outside running or doing exercise, you can meditate during all these things. It's a state of mind rather than a particular practice. Eventually starts off as a practice to get that sort of feeling, but you can literally do it every time. I do an hourly journal on the hour, every hour, to see what the state is, from a 1 being basically a Tibetan monk to a 8 of being a stressed out gaffer.
Nice. So you do that's part of the 1% stuff.
Yeah, that's Stevie Kidd's sort of training that I've been doing.
Nice.
So it doesn't always work, but the more you do it, and the more it becomes a daily ritual, a ritual that you try and incorporate, and you catch yourself becoming. It's all about awareness. Meditation is awareness, so you can practice at all times, 24 hours a day if you want to.
Yeah, nice. All right, guys. So today's mind vitamin, we're going to cover just quickly on mindset. So I'm sure you've seen this before, right? Whether you believe you can or not, you're right. So mindset is like one of the 5 pillars of this program, right? 5 pillars. We've got mindset, we've got fitness, we've got nutrition, we've got the habits and the lifestyle factors that we work on. So like mindset is like where all change stems from, right? So my definition of mindset, like everybody's got different definitions of it, what it means. Like for me, it's like a set of beliefs that we have. So a set of beliefs and assumptions that you own that are so powerful that your behavior will conform to those beliefs and assumptions. Can I hear, what's your thoughts on that? What thoughts do you have on mindset?
David or me?
Just whoever.
I use state, story, strategy. It's very similar power of your the story you tell yourself, which is what you're describing, Christian, and your awareness of that again. So awareness is key at all times, and basically you run your own internal narrative inside your head, and you can tell it to fuck off. And you can just start designing your own life by what you tell yourself and what you choose to agree with inside your own head. It sounds a bit confusing, but that's the strategy, is telling the old story to fuck off and start planning your new story.
Yeah.
You have to start mapping out your life from inside your head.
Nice. What about you, David?
I guess there's a continuum or level of, the belief and assumptions that drive us, is they can be big, bold, political, motivational, that big issues. Why we devote our lives to doing the jobs we do, or something like that. And then I think what you're talking about here is more just the basic things about why I need to be healthy, which is what's driving. What tends to drive me more is the bigger issues of why I'm working in the business I'm in. So I need to pull back actually and think more individually rather than major beliefs and assumptions. These can be very simple, what you're talking about mindset here.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. So in the program, I think you've done this one already, David. The 5
Yeah.
reasons why you can't, and then we flip it around to 5 reasons why you can, right? So this is a nice little task. Like, you can do this at any stage of the program, right? Whether you're getting started, whether you've finished the program, whether you're halfway through the program. It's nice to, like Peter said, to have a like awareness of what's going on in your head, like what limiting beliefs, if you like, are getting in the way and hindering our progress, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, isn't it? Like, what's the story what's the narrative that's running in my head that is creating my reality, right? So I'm gonna.
I mean, I can give you an experience this morning. I was out running for an hour and my right shin just started throbbing like mad again. I had to run really slowly for the first couple of miles. It was agony, and I was like, oh shit, I'm 6 weeks out from a marathon and I'm nowhere near. So my mind said, you are going to fuck this up, you are going to fail, you are going to do this, you are going to do that. So I could give you 5 straight away. And then I speak to people about it. So having people around about you that are positive influences, it can be your wife or maybe not your wife. You know, friends that you've got. I spoke to several people since then, and I've come up with another plan. And spoke to my running coach, Casey, and he's actually said, well, what you need to do the next 2 weeks is ramp it up even further. So there's all the reasons why you can and all the reasons why you can't.
Nice.
Now, it doesn't happen that often. It was just genuinely this morning, like, geez, oh, I'm up against it here. Well, that's what my mind's telling me. You're nowhere near where you would like to be at this stage. And I was off for a couple of weeks as well, but been unwell. So, yeah.
What about David? Do you remember what reasons that you gave when you did this exercise?
They're not mine on screen, are they?
No.
There's some similar ones there, but there we go. You know, I can't remember them, and I do need to go back and do them, because one of the things that I've found useful, I need to keep a checklist of all the habits and stuff, and I need to mark it off in a day, and I've left a space to write in those reasons why. But I suspect they'll have changed from when I did this.
They will have.
Yeah, I think they have, and you know, I think the can'ts are a bit pathetic. Well, not pathetic, but they're more just simple logistical things rather than kind of big blocks in the mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Feels a lot easier to make conscious, positive decisions now.
That's
How long have you been on the program, David?
Sorry, guys?
How long have you been on the program, David?
Oh, about 10 or 11 weeks now, aren't I, Christian, I think?
Yeah, I think you're at about 10 weeks now.
Yeah.
10 weeks or so.
Is that including COVID?
That's including COVID, yeah. But I think the interesting thing is where there's some stuff that I don't do religiously, but some stuff that I do that Christians talked about. So you kind of find the routine that works for you, and some I do more than others. And one of the things I remember, one of the things that I'd set out in these 5 reasons why was that I never had the time to do my hobbies, whatever. And I'm finding that time to do those hobbies, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's not a 12-week course that stops. You need to keep going back, I think, to elements of it all the time. Well, I certainly will.
Keep applying it to your life as it goes along.
Yeah, absolutely, David. So this is I've just taken this from another client of mine. These are the 5 reasons he gave, right? So example here, 5 reasons why you can't. Reason 1, I'm too busy mainly with work to give this sustained focus, right? Like we've all used that, right? I'm sure you guys have used that.
Hello.
So what he said that the second part of this document is like we flip it around. So it's like why these reasons aren't necessarily the truth. So he said, I have proved for the last 5 weeks that I can give my health and fitness a good degree of focus. First one, I have lost 20 pounds. So reasons why you can. I've lost 20 pounds and even up to 30 pounds in the past before, but I've ended up putting the weight back on again. Here's what he said. That is true, but these were all on calorie controlled diets. This time I feel that I have made changes to my eating and exercise. I do not feel that I am on a diet, although my wife says I am on a diet. I enjoy some of the wrong types of food and social eating and drinking. So that was one of his obstacles. Then he said, some of these things are still okay, but in controlled amounts, especially having planned ahead and set myself some limits. Now, before, I have a busy work life, which includes a lot of business travel, networking, awards and dinners, etc. That is true, but there are always healthy food options and I can make opportunities to exercise. I can choose hotels with gyms, pools, I can take low-calorie drink choices, and I do not have to eat everything that is put on. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you later. All right. So number 5, I have not managed to sustain a regular exercise program, short bursts, example, gym memberships, but then given up after a few weeks or months. That's what he said. That has been the case, but it's not. It is more serious now, given my age, health, and metabolic age. All right, guys. What's your takeaway here?
I guess for me, it's one of those things that, and I'm even all the many years that you've been doing this, Christian, this isn't something that will just always just happen. We've always got to work at it. We've always got to think about it. We've always got to make conscious decisions about what we do. So what this kind of resonates with me is the fact that don't just do stuff, actually just think about what you're doing, making those mindful choices all the time. And if your mindful choice is to have a bag of chips, fine, you've made that choice. But it's about always working at it. We do it at work. We do it with our work lives. We're always thinking about it. So you can't stop thinking about your other life, your health life.
Yeah, nice.
It's discipline.
Yeah.
It all starts with discipline. I just seen it on LinkedIn there. That's an Irish lassie was talking about. It's not motivation you need, because your motivation fail every now and then. If you get discipline to your choices that you make, you'll have times when, yeah, like you say, you'll have a bag of chips, or you won't go and do a workout, but you'll be right back the next day. That's it's probably one of the biggest things. But I struggle with the types of food and the amount of food. I mean, when I seen that one, you don't have to finish your plate. That's like, that really cuts against the grain in my book. You know, if it's sitting there and it tastes good, I'll finish it. So yeah, that's interesting. That's gives me aware of that, definitely. I don't have an excuse with the gym. I've got a gym out my house, so I don't have the excuse to gym memberships. So I have been, throughout my life, I was saying to Christian, being a yo-yoer, and not to a massive extent, but, you know, yo-yoing between 14 and 16 stone, probably for the last 10, 15 years. And that's definitely the main reason why I get involved with Christian. I'm hoping he'll sweat the little things with me so that I can iron out and remain consistent.
Yeah.
there goes my ambition to be 16 stone, but there we go.
I know. It's all relative, my friend. I've got a lot of things I like to do. And once you find you get to 16, you want to get to 14. Maybe not 12, because I've done that. That wasn't very nice. But you'll soon find, you'll enjoy being 16 stone, you'll enjoy being 15 stone, and you'll really enjoy being 14 stone. When you get there, I take it you're about 6 foot, looks like.
Yeah, 6'2".
Yeah, so saying that, no, actually, maybe 14 and a half is probably what you would call your fighting weight for a guy at 6'2". For me, it's around about 14, 13, 10, 14 stones probably. Where I feel good. It's not necessarily feel good in your clothes and feel that if you decide to take on a challenge physically, you're in a good place.
No, yeah,
Well,
yeah. I'm never gonna enjoy running marathons, but I like it. I like walking quite happily, and I enjoy swimming and stuff. So yeah, I just don't want to be stiff and old and decrepit.
that's it. You just want to stay fit, and fitness isn't. It's not about running marathons. I've done this as a challenge to go a step into the unknown. But that's what I do with Stevie Kidd. If you don't mind me mentioning that, Christian.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Big part of what I do and what I've been doing the last 2 years of my life. And despite all the amazing coaching I get for Stevie, I've struggled. My roles changed because I've come off the tools, and I'm not as active during the day. And I'm really struggling to shift the weight still. So, and I am training 10, 12 times a week, climbing Munros on a Saturday,
Wow.
10-mile hikes, and not really, I'll show you pictures of what I eat, Christian, in the next few days. And I'm like, wow, this still isn't coming off the way. Before, I would lose 2 pounds a week without really trying too hard, just watching what I was eating. And it's not working yet. So it's working a wee bit. It's maybe like £0.5 pound a week, which I suppose should be all right. But I've kind of put myself under pressure with this marathon. And based on old assumptions, it should have been fine. Yeah.
Very good to you, though, sir. Good luck to you on the marathon. Which marathon are you running?
Edinburgh. In the end
All right.
I'll be running past Christian's house, I think.
You fancy that, David?
Good God, no. I have enough bloody trouble going up the top of the hill in the zoo every day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm struggling to do 10K this morning, so God knows. But
All right, guys, shall we set some targets for the week then? David, what's your aims this week?
I'm exercising every day, and I'm looking to shift another couple of pounds this week.
Cool.
That's good going, because you can literally only lose £2 a week usually as a less. Apart from the first couple of weeks, you can lose a lot of body fluid. You lose about £5 or £6 the first week when you start something. But usually after that, it's tougher to get any more than £1 or £2 off a week. Am I right in
That
saying that?
acceleration phase thing that you talked about, Christian, that seems to make a lot of sense.
The what? Sorry.
The acceleration phase
Mm-hmm.
that I've kind of picked at, which I'm on now. That makes a lot of sense.
What does?
So taking that calorie goal down and upping that protein goal and stuff like that, and reducing portions and actually doing more exercise. So I can see why that might be able to help me achieve that goal this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, David, like generally speaking, like we're looking at £1 to £2 a week, right? That's healthy weight loss. And like, to be honest, like scientifically speaking, that's how much your fat cells can actually release in a week, like maximum 2 pounds.
Yeah, I thought that.
Um,
But you can build muscle as well. That's the thing.
yeah,
Same time. So you could actually have a week where you've transformed your body, not lost any weight.
I've tried
I'm
that.
hoping that's what's happening to me.
David, what advice would you give Peter, by the way? Like Peter's just starting out here. Like what advice would you give?
I'm not sure you need any, Peter. Just stick with it. It sounds like you got you're doing all that training and stuff. You know what you got to do. You know, actually, I think you're more of an example to the rest of us, to be honest.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I can definitely learn from everyone. I've you know, I've had my failings and I've had the same issues, struggling with the same things that other guys in your group. No doubt you're the first guy I've met, David, today, other than Christian. So, you know, there's no airs and graces about me. I'm no superstar. I'm just another guy who, since I met Stevie, I've got even greater goals than I had before. And I came to Christian for good reason, because I spoke to Stevie about you, Christian, and he said, no, that's fine. He says, Christian's really good at what he does, because he watches you as well, Stevie. I don't know if you have spoken to one another.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was just Christian sweating the small things. And this is where I think I'm just need to tweak things at a level. Stevie's all about the big stuff and the business and things like that. I've got Casey, who's a running coach. I've got a Wim Hof coach. I've got all sorts going on. Coach and be coached. And what you do is, as you're going along in your journey, the obstacles become learnings. And the quickest way to learn is to hear off an expert. If you want a zinc and copper roof, you phone me, because that's what I'm an expert at.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
With like David, like if you hadn't signed up to this program, like where do you think you would be now if you hadn't invested in like professional help with this?
I'd certainly think I'd be a stone heavier, if not more. And I just wouldn't be making progress in terms of just feeling positive. And I certainly wouldn't be meditating.
Yeah.
keep that up. It's being still in your mind as often as possible. Try and get it away from it being a 20-minute at night and 20-minute in the morning, you know, sitting with your legs folded. That's okay to start with, but it's no it's a bit of a, what do you call that? Not a cliche. It's
it is a bit of a cliche, but I kind of,
it's a stereotype, you know. You got that, you know. And by the way, chanting's really good actually. But because I've done lots of yoga. Yoga's great as well. I would recommend yoga, David, to anyone who's doing anything, just for body alignment. You don't even realise it at first. You're like, I don't see this as making any difference. And then you look back after a few months and you go, wow, I can move. I can bend over and pick up my car keys or whatever it may be without putting your back out. So.
All right, David, so are you set for the week then?
I think so. Yeah, grand. Thank you. Grand.
Cool. All right.
All right then.
Thanks for jumping on, David.
Nice, lovely to meet you,
David,
Peter.
lovely to meet you. I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll talk again the next few minutes.
And look after yourself, Christian.
Yeah, you too, David.
Cheers, man. Bye.
All right, Peter.
Yeah, that was nice to meet one of your guys.
Yeah.
At the other end of your program.
Yeah. He's he works at the zoo, Edinburgh Zoo.
Oh right, okay. I was wondering why I was mentioning that.
I think it's
Yeah, you need to be fit to walk up that bloody hill, I'll tell you that. That is a hill and a half. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this call today, so I was like, you know what? I started going through the on-ramp 3.0 video, I've still to read that, but I've watched that. I've watched the first two.
Cool.
Although that's ticked it off. Is that my?
No,
thing
that's
to
mine.
go?
That's mine. That's
Right, okay.
mine. Yeah. So if you just watch the on ramp, and then you've got these two tasks here to do.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
But I started taking pictures of it and of the meals and stuff and the facts. So where do I put in the measurements? Is it on the app or is it on the?
yeah. So have you got? Did you download the phone app?
I did. Yep. Do you want me to go into that?
Have you got your phone just now?
Yep.
So if you just open it up.
It's quite similar to Casey's app as well. Dashboard. Running coach.
How's it? In case you use the same one.
I just click on Christian or
So you should at the bottom. You should have a menu, and it should say logbook at the bottom right.
oh right, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Food diary, got it.
And then it's got results tracking.
Results tracking.
And then just go into the
Diary. Yeah.
add results.
Result tracking. So what's weekly tracking then? What's that?
So the weekly tracking, that's your weight and measurements. So
Right.
You'll be doing that every week. So ideally the same time, like in the morning.
How do you punch it in? You just add. Ah, right, got it.
Got it.
Yeah. Not the best with apps and technology, so it takes me a wee while, a wee bit slow.
We'll get
Just aside my estimator here to show me how to connect my headphones to this laptop. Still didn't work. Right, so I've got that. Okay.
So yeah, so just upload the weight and measurements in there.
Well, no chest size, no biceps, no.
You can do that if you want.
Just add them in.
Just add them in, yeah.
So guides, videos, PDFs. Right, okay. So this isn't our first call though, is it?
No, our first call will be on Thursday. So this call is every week at 2 o'clock. So I'll do like a wee training and then do some.
Is it compulsory every week at 2 o'clock?
It's not compulsory, no. But like if you want to come in, if you need help with anything, just come on.
Right, okay.
And we'll just like share the wins and stuff and set your aims for the week, have a wee check-in.
Yeah, Tuesday. Programs. So there's no programs in there just now, nothing on the schedule, nothing on the dashboard.
Yeah.
Would it be of any use for me to share the programs that I'm doing with Casey on Training Peaks and his app to see the exercise regime?
Yeah, it'd be good to like we will take a look at that.
Maybe next week or something.
Next week, maybe next week. So, like at this point, all we're doing is just like laying, like we said, that the diagnosis phase is just laying out, looking at where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we start building it out from there.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think we're all good.
I'll watch the 3 hours later on tonight and I'll put all my measurements in the 3-day food diary. So is that just writing down what we're taking pictures of it basically?
Yeah, just take a picture on your phone and that'll save, like all the pictures will save on your phone. And then you can just email them across if you like.
To yourself? Yeah. Or to the...
Yeah, to myself. You can also upload them in the app as well.
Well, if we can put them on the app,
If you want, you just go to, I think it's, you go to Food Diary and you can just upload all-
emails. So, yeah, okay.
I'll type in my email just now.
Listen, I'd be amazed if I'm eating much over 2,500 calories a day.
Is
And I
that,
tend to, I'd be amazed if I'm eating over 2,500 calories a day.
if you're over?
I'd be amazed if I'm eating more than that. At the very most 3,000. But I'm not counted, so, and I don't know what my portion sizes are as honest as I think. But it's all healthy stuff. 2 seconds. Tony, can I call you back in 5 minutes, mate? Just gonna... All right, yeah, cheers. Bye. Sorry. So I'd switch that off.
Right, Peter, so I've popped in my email address in the chat box.
In the chat box.
Yeah.
Where's that in the dashboard?
No, this is in the Zoom.
All right, chat box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll leave that down. Is that different from the other one that we use? You send me stuff?
Which one do you mean?
The email address, is it different from the...
There's 2 email addresses that I use, so like,
Ah, right.
yeah, so but either one is fine. Like, they both come to me anyway.
Okay, got it.
All right, Peter. So we'll catch you on Thursday.
Yeah, so